strength in numbers, and you don't have to struggle alone. A local wellness group is rallying around women to live a healthy life. And joining me now is Sandra Wright, founder and president of the Right Life Wellness Group. With more, Sandra, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yes, we've been talking for a few weeks, and I have had the pleasure to get to know you and your story. You have had a heart transplant, and now you're paying it forward. Talk a little bit about the Right Life Foundation.
So the Right Life Foundation is focused on the wellness and well-being of women and girls. And so one of the primary focuses is self-care, because we are very bad at doing that.
I was just about to say, self-care is a buzzword. We're always hearing self-care, self-care. But how important is self-care?
Self-care is essential, because if you don't take care of yourself, all the things that you have on that to-do list will not get done by you. Because if you aren't good for you, you cannot be good for anyone else.
Yeah. And why women? Why do you feel like you want to give back to women in our community?
Well, women hold up the world, and that's no slight to men, but everyone knows we keep everything moving and grooving.
Right.
And so when we're out, everything stops. And so that's the place to start. We have to stay strong, we have to stay healthy for all the roles, all the hats we wear.
Absolutely. And you are having a Friendsgiving next week.
Absolutely.
One of many networking opportunities you plan to have. Talk a little bit about that.
So the Friendsgiving is a gathering of women of all cultures to come and just network, just talk, and just get familiar with one another. We have to begin to dialogue with one another rather than walk past each other like we are invisible.
Right.
And so it's just a time of coming together, breaking bread, and having some dialogue. We may have some games. We're going to listen to music and just talk about good health practices.
And so that's going to be next Wednesday in Westchester?
At the Midpoint Library.
Okay.
And it starts at 6:30, and it's open to anyone who wants to come.
What kind of stories do you hear from women when you talk about, self-care and all these things?
You'll be amazed of how many women are real survivors with sickness, and they still keep going. And so we have, of course, the breast cancer champions.
Right.
We have the heart transplant champions. And women, we're nurturers by nature, and we're caregivers by nature.
Right.
And so we're just going to keep going. And oftentimes we think of ourselves last.
Yep.
And we don't take good care of ourselves. Even when we're sick, we still try to do for others.
Right.
And so I am here to rally around our women and champion them forward, and letting them know that self-care is not selfish, it's necessary.
Absolutely. And the Right Life Wellness Group is an up-and-coming organization, so any help could help, right? You guys are looking for sponsorships?
Absolutely. Sponsorships, I have board seats available, just every kind of help imaginable. This organization is open to it and needs it. We are going through a transition process. This originally was the Greater Cincinnati African American Heart Association. And although we did a great work with that for 4 years, I wanted to make it more diverse and more inclusive. And so changing the name and now going to a different platform with the Right Life Wellness, because wellness applies to everyone.
That's right. In all facets of our life. Health is the real wealth.
That's it. That is so true.
Yeah.
And more of us need to be cognizant of that and keep that at top of mind. Our health is our greatest wealth.
How can we learn more about the organization?
We have a website, which is www.therightlifewellness.org, and they can call my number, 513-484-4772.
Sandra, it is a pleasure talking with you, and I hope to have more conversations with you on this.
Indeed,
Absolutely.
indeed. Thank you for having me.
Of course, no problem. All this is going to be on local12.com as well. It is.
Hey there, thanks so much for visiting the Local 12 YouTube channel. Click the links, hit subscribe to get notified anytime we post content to this channel.